What's good, Try? You know? So I'm taking a little break, man. I want to share some with y'all, right? I'm gonna share this photo with y'all, right? So you know what? I'm gonna do it right here, right? So I circled it right here. What I circled says that you don't need to heal, that you don't need to forgive in order to heal. Listen, I'm gonna say something to y'all. I love my people on Facebook. Y'all my family. I love y'all. What I want y'all to understand is this. I had the best advice from my sister-in-law, Dawn Rozicki. Amazing, amazing woman. And I did not, and I do not give her enough credit. Shit, I'm finna get fucking tears. Okay. I was really hurting, right? And she had reached out to me and she shared some with me, and I didn't really give it the respect that it deserved. We're going back and forth in our conversation, and I told her, I said, my exact words to her was, it feels better to hate these people than to forgive them. And that's the truth. Some of that anger came from my aunt who molested me, and my aunt on my father's side who let her boyfriend touch me. And these things never came up. They never came up. They never was discussed. No one ever brought this up, ever. The aunt on my father's side actually dealt with that, right? On my mother's side, my aunt who touched me, I never really dealt with that. So the anger, frustration, and absolute like rage I was feeling, it felt good to feel that about her, because I didn't want to make that okay. Like it wasn't okay that for years you molested me. It wasn't. And what I was hearing my sister-in-law tell me was, if I forgave her, that makes it okay. Now that's not what my sister-in-law, that's not what Dawn was saying at all. But that's what I was hearing. You do need to heal in order for someone to fully love you. You do. Of course, people can love you if you're not healed. That's absolutely, you can, right? And so what happens is because what it says is, and I wrote it down so I can remember, what it says is, you don't need to forgive in order to heal. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Imagine you have all that shit that these people caused you, all that anger, resentment, frustration, rage, all that shit you have. Imagine that all that you feel was wrapped up in barbed wire. And imagine it is wrapped around your hands and you drag that shit everywhere you go in your life. Everywhere you go. Now I don't know if y'all know what barbed wire is, but barbed wire, right? If it's wrapped around anything, it's gonna rip it. Wrapping that shit around your hands and dragging anything wrapped in barbed wire is gonna destroy your hands. Right? So metaphorically, if that's what you're dragging with you, with your hands wrapped in barbed wire, you're gonna bleed everywhere. Right? To truly forgive, and my sister-in-law said this to me, and these words are so goddamn powerful. I mean, so powerful. Her words to me was, she said, forgiveness looks like it needs to look for you. Okay. What that means is, sometimes forgiveness is tell people eat a dick, fuck you. It is. Sometimes forgiveness is moving from the city where those people are and never talking to them again. Sometimes forgiveness is just that. I forgive you. Whatever your level of forgiveness needs to look like for you to start healing, yes. You do 110% need to forgive. This shit here that y'all see on Facebook, 99% of shit y'all see on Facebook are goddamn lies. You truly want to heal. You truly want to live a better, fuller life. you're going to have to forgive people. Now, I'm going to say that one more time because I want y'all to understand me. Forgiving folks don't mean that you gave their ass a pass. Fuck them. They hurt you. You pissed about it. However, I can't fully love my wife and bleed all over at the same time with my anger, my rage, and my frustration that I drag with me. Remember that shit we said wrapped in barbed wire? If I drag that bullshit with me into my marriage, I will bleed all over my wife because I haven't healed myself yet. I haven't forgiven. The dick still hurt me, and I then end up destroying my family. Yes, you need to forgive. You need to forgive. And again, forgiveness looks like however it needs to look like for you to forgive. If forgiveness for you is telling people, I hate your guts, never speak to me again, that's your forgiveness. Whatever it needs to look like, say that one more time, whatever it needs to look like for you to heal, that's what it needs to look like. There is no one way to do that shit at all. Stop listening to shit on Facebook, man. 99% of shit out here on Facebook, people lying to y'all. Telling y'all shit to make y'all feel good. This is the reality. Yes, you need to forgive people in order to heal. You do. And is it going to be fun? It's not. Is it going to hurt? Yes. Is it going to be traumatic for you? Probably. But that's the best part. Because now I get to heal on my terms. Now I get to make me better. Now I get to make myself a better man, a better husband, a better father, a better friend. I would have never in my life had the relationships I have currently had I not actually sat down and listened to my sister-in-law and get into the advice that she gave me. Now, have I fully forgiven people? I'm an evolving human being. Some shit I would carry to the grave. However, I understand that I have to heal those parts of me, however long it takes, in order to fully love the people who are in my life right now. Because more than likely, that forgiveness is some shit that happened in the past. More than likely, right? Be that as it may, right? You still have to forgive for you. You go drag all that bullshit into your next relationship. You go drag all that bullshit into the relationship with your children. You go drag all that bullshit into the relationship with your friends, your business if you start one. Friendships are going to be destroyed because this part of you that you don't want to let go is going to bleed off into everything else and destroy everything else. And you go blame everybody but yourself. Yes, you 1,000% need to forgive in order to heal. 100%. There's no way around it. That post, this here, this is a lie. This is a lie. You need to heal. You need to heal. And the only way you're going to heal, truly heal, is forgiving folks. Now, will I ever speak to my aunt again? Either one of them? The one ain't even here no more, right? Her boyfriend that I addressed, right, on my father's side, her boyfriend that I addressed him maybe 10, 12 years ago. We talked about this. And the man cried. He cried and begged me to forgive him. And I told him I wouldn't. I told him I would go to the grave wishing his death. Right? Now, that was anger talking. I don't still feel like that. That was my anger talking. But in that moment, that's what I told him. That man cried. He was like, man, he said, I never meant to do it. But you did. He isn't here anymore. Neither is my aunt, right? On my mother's side, my aunt, she's still alive. She's still alive. I will never speak to her. Ever. That's my forgiveness. I would never speak to her. If I saw her in public, I wouldn't know who she was. Don't care. Right? That's my forgiveness. That's it. That's me forgiving whatever monstrosity she was. That's me forgiving her. It is. If I don't, I bring that into my current relationship. If I don't, that affects my children. If I don't, that affects how I raise my grandchild. You 100,000% need to forgive in order to heal.